thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are doing well out there, enjoying your day, making it wonderful, making it positive. A lot of things going on. Missed you guys yesterday, but I'm happy to be here with you guys to chop it up with you guys for a very quick and very, very short show today. I will be on a little bit later on this evening for sure. We got some other things to talk about, but I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about this. I was going to do this as a pop-up video, but then I decided, I was like, you know what? F it. Let me just do this. Let me do this live. We're going to do it live as a family because I know a lot of y'all knew or at least know about this story, but may not know everything. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a quick trip down memory lane, I guess, in regards to this particular story that we're going to be talking about here very shortly. It's wild. It's absolutely wild to me. Okay. And I guess it keeps getting wilder because there's more and more stuff that we've seen, more and more stuff that has been presented, shown, new body cam footage, etc. That's been, like I said, this story has been percolating for a few weeks now. And I was like, you know what? I think now's the time to chop it up, tell you guys about the information that we do know so far. And this is some crazy stuff. Like I said, absolutely crazy stuff. So before we jump into everything, I see a bunch of y'all starting to file in and all that. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I will be on tonight, this evening to talk about even more stuff. There has been new information revolving around the case of Takeoff and his situation. And I wanted to give you guys an update on all that as well. Apparently, there's some new information that I think you guys would really appreciate to hear for those of y'all who have been watching so closely on this, okay? But we got to get into some things. So do me a favor. I see a bunch of y'all coming in. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Hit that like button down below. Send it all the way past 100 likes. That would really mean a lot. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. For a fact, your boy's working hard out here in these streets. And I know that this is some information that you want to see or actually hear because there's no video. It's audio and it's pretty wild. It is wild indeed. So let's get into some things, shall we? Again, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Okay. Again, this is going to be a very, very short show. So for those of y'all who are busy trying to get some things going, you got to go to work, you got this, that, and the third. Well, I'm only going to give you a very short and sweet show for you guys today to give you guys the information revolving around this case. Now, some of you guys do remember the story of this OF model by the name of Courtney Tailor, or online she goes by Courtney Tailor. She was in her Miami apartment and she was involved in the unaliving of her boyfriend. He goes by Toby, but his real name is Christian Obumseli. They lived in this apartment complex, this high-rise condo in Miami, and he was found with a puncture wound, let's just say that, in the chest. Now, just real quick recap. Cops came, took her in. She started screaming that she was going to do something unthinkable to herself. Cops held her because they were worried about her doing something to herself. She claimed that this whole thing was in self-defense. Well, as time progressed, there was not audio, but video, surveillance security cam footage that came out showing her putting her paws on Toby, viciously attacking Toby in their apartment complex elevator. And I got to tell you, it was eye-opening. We all saw that as a family. I watched it live with you guys, and it's crazy. Okay, it's absolutely crazy. But now there's been more information that has come out, and there's this audio tape or this audio of them having an altercation or a fight that is shocking. I'll say this. It does not put Courtney in a good light. Let's just say that. Okay? So, real quick, just so you guys can remember a little bit, I got this article here I want to show you guys. All right. And then we're going to listen to this audio. And I don't want to give it away so much. I want you guys to you already see it in the title. Like, it's in the title down below. Just read it. Trust me. You're gonna want to sit. You're gonna want to sit around and listen to this, because it is insane. And the audio itself is very revealing about their relationship and about this particular woman right here. And her name, again, is online on her OF page. She goes by Courtney Tailor, but her name is really Courtney Clenny. Okay? And again, she is somebody who has taken the life, allegedly, she's being charged for taking the life of this young man, Christian Obumseli, her boyfriend. Now, just a little quick jump into where we are so far. As of August 31st, they already went into trial. They've already done this as well. She's already pleading not guilty to the unaliving of her boyfriend. Okay. Now she was charged in April for the unaliving, for lack of a better term, the unaliving of Christian Obumseli in their Miami apartment. Now, she says that the apartment was hers and that he was there, living there, but it was actually hers. He kicked her out, etc. It's pretty wild, okay? But according to this, and this is, of course, was in August, so just a little trip down memory lane, so you guys can hear or know what's going on, because both sides are playing, both sides, defense and prosecutors, both sides in this case are trying to throw everything out and trying to put it out for the public to see. It's pretty crazy, okay? So real quick, she's pleaded not guilty before a Miami-Dade judge to one count of second-degree unaliving with a weapon in the demise of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, who passed on from a single poke wound. You know, I have to use these code words, unfortunately, earlier this year in the couple's Miami apartment. Clenny has been held without bond, and as she should be, because what happened is when she was let go after they held her, because they were worried about her, doing something to herself. She claimed that she was going to do something heinous to herself. So they held her for a little bit, then they released her. But then when they released her, this woman had the audacity to be out at the bars, hanging out with her dad, so on and so forth, out in public, when everybody and their mama in Miami, at least, knew about this story. I mean, shoot, everybody knows about this story. It's crazy, okay? But she was out there drinking martinis or whatever, Cosmos, living the life like it's golden, when just a few days before she took the life of her boyfriend that she still, to this day, is claiming was self-defense. The crazier things that have happened in this is that she claims that he was far away from her and that she took a knife and threw it at him like one of those ninja stars. Like she Ethan Hawke or Ethan Hunt. That's what I meant. Like she's Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible or something like that. Like she's an action star, able to throw a knife to plunge inches deep into this man's chest. And yet she still claims to this day that this was self-defense. After she was let out, she, of course, after a few days of being out drinking and whatever, she ended up getting arrested and was arrested out in Hawaii because she was in some sort of rehab in Hawaii. Again, this is the craziest story. And instead of instantly calling the police, calling 911, I know I'm coming out at you guys like birdshot right now, but instead of calling 911 instantly after she had in his chest, she calls her mama instead. He's leaking out. He's saying, I can't feel the left side of my body, all that stuff. Okay? Real talk, she has the audacity to call other people before she even calls 911 so that someone can come to her boyfriend's aid. Her wounded, soon to be passing on boyfriend's aid. And yet this woman is still saying that this whole thing was self-defense. It's pretty interesting. Now, there's been more things. We're going to look at a couple things here in just a minute. But I wanted to show you guys. Well, actually, let me just do this first. Let me just do this first. Make sure I have it for you guys so that you can see it. It is, like I said, absolutely wild. There is actual videos as well. This is insane. But there is other stuff like the 911 phone call that has been dispatched that I want to share with you guys. Like I said, etc. Yet we've already seen footage. It's even in the thumbnail, in my thumbnail that I have on this video right now. There's footage of her putting her paws on her, putting her paws on him like crazy, going in on this man, okay? For no apparent reason. Now, I want you guys to hear the 911 phone call real quick, okay? Because I think this is something, this is something you don't want to miss. So let's take a gander, shall we? Before we go into the main event. Let's take a listen.
Operator, don't is the address of your emergency. Okay, man, please. 3101. It's 130, so 130. Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address. 3101. You're gonna die. I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm.
I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am, my boyfriend is dying of a stab. Ma'am, what is the address? What's the address? 3131. 3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please come to my house. Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business? I want you to 745 Is this a house apartment or a business? Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby. Ma'am, can you hear me? If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, can you sit down? What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am? Yeah, he's bleeding from his shoulder. Rescue, this is PD Physician Juliet. The caller, ma'am, hold on one moment. The caller advised the address is 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, 31 Northeast 7th Avenue. The phone number is verified. The caller advised that her boyfriend has a stab wound. Okay, is this a house apartment or a business? Please God, please God. Please God, listen, ma'am. I'm sending help. I need you to tell me exactly what happened. I'm sending help. How old is he? Ma'am, how old is he? Is he awake? Hello? Hello?
Mind you, she said,
PD, are
I'm
you
so,
still on the line?
I'm
Yes,
so
she's still
sorry,
on the
baby.
line. She didn't provide a room number or anything.
Yeah, she's tripping.
No, did she tell you where he was stabbed at? She said he was stabbed on his shoulder. Okay. Do you know if there's more than one wound? No, she didn't say. She just kept screaming on the line saying that he was dying, that he needed help, and she kept apologizing. But we do have a call at that same address in reference to a fight that happened. The room number could possibly be 2201 because we already have a call that two people are fighting inside of that room. So they're possibly related. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give her a call back, but we do have rescue on the way, okay? Okay, thank you. Is PD responding on the 3? Yes, we're responding on the 3. All right.
Okay. So you hear it right there. And in that 911 call, obviously, understandably, she's freaking out. And then she's screaming, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry because of what she did. All right. Now, to me, it doesn't sound like she just was on the other side of the kitchen, took this knife and just hurled it at him, and it plunged deep into his chest like it was out of some action movie. Okay. To me, it sounds like this is someone who doesn't know how to control their anger, lashes out, acts like a doggone fool, and does some really, really bad things and hurts people without even thinking about it because they don't know how to control their own damn anger. That's what I think on that. Okay. We got another video I'm going to show you guys really, really quick. But before we jump into that, I want to show you guys this article. And there's many other articles. There's many other articles here that are talking about this particular thing right here. But you need to see this. OnlyFan or OF. I can't even say that word. That sucks. But OF model Courtney Tailor, aide black boyfriend, and repeatedly called him the N-word before what happened to him. Shocking new audio reveals. Yes. When you think it couldn't get any worse, it gets even worse. The last thing I would ever expect. I understand, like, I'm not even saying I understand, like, because I don't understand when somebody would be willing to hurt someone else like this by taking their life, etc. No, I'm still wrapping my mind around that. And I think that's what we all wrap our minds around, right? Why we are so interested in true crime stories and stories of Jeffrey D and, other Ted B and all the other people that have been notorious for doing unthinkable things. Obviously there is a curiosity of why, how, what makes someone do such things, so on and so forth. But at the same time, her doing what she did, because she clearly did what she did, it does make you, this angers me even more. It's like throwing Tabasco sauce in an open wound. F it. It's like throwing salt, Tabasco sauce, lime juice, okay? Anything you could think of in an open wound. Because now there's this. And of course, if she's sitting here trying to say, no, I'm an innocent, I didn't do nothing, I was protecting myself. Well, when you hear this audio, your mind is going to be blown. I'm telling you, you're going to be like, whoa, homegirl got some issues. Homegirl really needs to figure herself out and learn how to calm the F down. Because the way this woman speaks to this man, oh my Lord, no person should be speaking to their loved one like this at all. But before we get into that, let's get into some of these bullets, shall we? So we already know Courtney, she's facing second-degree unaliving charges after her boyfriend was fatally poked in the chest with a knife, okay? The pair had a very, very volatile relationship, and her attorneys are claiming that the OF model was acting in self-defense when she poked him in Miami. In a new clip, Obenselli can be heard apologizing as they fought about him saying hello to one of his female friends while he was out on a bike ride. And we're going to listen to that audio here shortly. Clinic called her boyfriend racial slurs and screamed at him in the audio clips. The boyfriend passed on after being, we already know, in the apartment April 3rd of this year. Now, again, there's something about the audacity of some people, okay? The audacity of some people. That's all I'm going to say for right now.
Let me give you.
Got a little bit of a commercial here to run. That's running
More than ever. We have to get over this hatred of the other side.
If you're an independent watching this at home, you literally do outnumber the two major.
Sorry. This is someone that has been claiming to be innocent, claiming to say that they haven't done anything wrong, that they hurled a knife from the opposite side of the kitchen, that this whole thing was self-defense, etc. It's pretty mind-blowing to have somebody actually have the audacity to make certain things up just so that they can still remain innocent. Clearly, in my mind, this is a very this is just a very messed up situation that I think two very volatile people, very toxic people started a very toxic relationship. There was a lot of dependency, I think, because why would you stay in a relationship with somebody that drives you absolutely bonkers? That all of a sudden that toxicity got to a heightened place that someone out of these two just did not know how to keep their cool, how to manage their anger. That's what I think. This is just so sad. But let's take a listen to this audio. And maybe you'll hear exactly what I hear. This is just interesting. Let's take a listen.
I need to make my phone. I need to go home. I need to talk to somebody. I need my phone.
Cece,
Don't touch me!
what is going on? Like, are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on
Drop your
not-
high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You told Sahara the right thing to do was to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me. You done. Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore.
What do
Find
you-
it and
What?
find it and charge it.
I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't talk to me.
Man.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm telling you, I'm
It's
sorry.
like hard. Find my charge it.
I don't know where your phone is.
find it.
Can you help me find it?
I won!
So what?
Find it!
Why are you man? Not man, but why?
Yeah, man, yeah,
Not
man, yeah, man. Yeah, man, man. Yeah, some old man, huh? I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
To go out?
No!
You said she invited you
Kristen,
out.
just find my goddamn phone.
I don't have your phone. Can you just...
Just find my phone.
Cece, can you just please...
Shut up!
Cece, please.
Shut up! You went to go without talking.
I didn't go to go...
Yes, you did. You always on your
Courtney, I was
You
on...
literally told me about it. Now
What are you
you
doing?
are son.
I didn't go to talk to
You are
Aro.
not gonna-
I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the...
Get off!
Going to talk to Aro? Is this going to make you act like this?
Talk to her without telling me.
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said, hi, you and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me. You're Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
I want you to get away from me. Get away from me.
Okay. Okay. So, y'all heard that. Near the end, he said, you know what? I'm just going to roll again. I'm going to play that last part again because it's the most, I mean, all of this is important. And in fact, actually, I'm going to pull up a different one because there's a different one that is a little bit cleaner, tiny bit cleaner, that I think will be extremely helpful here. Let me see if I can get this on and popping. Hold on one second, because I'm going to play it again. But near the end of this yelling match, actually, her screaming at him and him just sitting there going like, what the hell? Like, I'm trying to, chill. Like, apparently she was tripping over him running into one of their friends who happens to be female out on a bike ride. Sounds like she's, to me, the way I interpret it, from my understanding, it seems like she may be, the other girl may be an OF model as well. It sounded like they were going to do some sort of live chat or something. I don't know, because of the way it sounds like to me in the conversation. But this one is a little bit cleaner right here. I want you guys to hear this as well, because to me, wow. And I will say this too before we roll this one again. Clearly, you can see that this is something this woman really needs to work on her communication skills, and really needs to learn how to manage her own anger. I don't care who you are, female or male. This is not the proper way of getting your point across or getting your frustrations, what you're frustrated about towards that person. Clearly, she treats him and talks to him like he's nothing. And you hear it in that argument. You hear that in this screaming match coming, a one-sided screaming match, might I add. But clearly, this is behavior that clearly has been okayed before. I'm telling you right now, this is not the first time, nor would it be the last time that she spoke to him in this kind of manner. I said it. This is insane. She literally is having a temper tantrum like a little toddler. What the hell is that? And again, there are people out here that allow this kind of behavior in their relationships. Real talk. They just leave it be. Just let it be what it is. I'm telling you right now, if you're in any kind of relationship like this, ladies and gentlemen, to my fam right now listening, all y'all who are even ear hustling right now, watching from the nosebleed seats right now, if you are in a relationship like this, please find a nearest exit and act accordingly. Kick rocks quietly and safely, because this is not the kind of relationship that any person deserves to be in. I'm just saying that right now, because this is dangerous. And I see a lot of, I'm saying it right now, I see a lot of girls, I see a lot of people, I see a lot of guys, girls, just sit there and just deal with it because they feel like they can't do any better. And I'm telling you right now, you can. You can do better. Trust me, you can do a whole lot better. But this type of treatment is uncalled for. Then she starts throwing in the N-word. I mean, we haven't even talked about the N-word yet. You know what I'm saying? We haven't even talked about the slur. And that's beyond. This, man, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like a lot of people would have kicked rocks a long time ago in this situation. But I'm not sitting here trying to blame him or anything of that sort. All I'm saying is if you are in this kind of situation right now, because I know some of us are, please get out. Just get out. Because this is dangerous. And I don't wish this on my worst enemy. Just get out. But let me play this one more time for you guys. Because the end part of this video or of this audio is the one that I just played for you guys. They kind of bleep out a lot of stuff. So I'm going to play this one because this is a little bit cleaner. You could take a listen. So let's go.
I need to leave my phone. I need to go home. I need to talk some. I need my phone.
CCR.
Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on
Drop your attitude.
I'm
Drop
not-
your high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You touched Sahara. You know damn well the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me f***ing slap you, dumbass.
No, you're not gonna slap me.
Give me my phone.
I'm breaking it down, but she did say, "Let me slap your dumb A." And he's like, "No, you don't." You know what I mean? Like she's trying to punish him in some weird. I don't know. This is just crazy to me, the way that she's speaking to him, and he's there trying to apologize, and yet she ain't having it. Let's continue.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and f***ing charge it.
What?
Find it and charge it.
Treating him like he ain't nothing.
I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge
Okay,
it.
just stop.
Don't touch me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
It's like hard. Find my f***ing phone and charge it.
Insane. And by the way, yes, Bernice, this woman is actually striking the man in this video. You can hear it. She even said, "Oh, let me hit your dumbass." And she's hitting him while he is sitting there. He is taking it. And he's sitting there going, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry." Still not flying for her. She's just still going in. But let's continue. And thank you for the comments, everybody. Yes, it is crazy town, Diana. Okay? This is crazy town. All right? This is crazy, crazy town. All right. I'm sorry I said it, but out of respect, I don't got no respect for this. I don't. This is absolutely insane. This is not how you treat another person, but let's continue.
I don't know where your phone is. Find it. Can you help me find it?
I won!
So why?
Find it!
Why are you screaming, man? Not man, but why?
Yeah, man,
Not man.
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
What? Like,
Yeah, come on, man up. Shut the up.
Okay. Now, listen. I mean, what do you think she's trying to do there? Obviously, she's trying to instigate him to start swinging too, maybe. But clearly, she is instantly talking him down, trying to make him feel like, trying to make him realize what his place is in their relationship. That he's the beta, she's the alpha. Oh, get my phone and you charge it. And then, of course, screaming at him, saying that he isn't even a man. She's saying that he's not even a man because he didn't tell her about running into a friend while on a bike ride. But this is her way of trying to gain power back in the relationship. You see what's going on here? By belittling him, talking down at him, saying that he's not a man, that he's nothing. Go get my phone, find my phone, and you charge it. Because how dare you do what you did? I'm going to put you in your place, in your proper place, which is underneath my feet. While she's having a childlike temper tantrum. I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised if she was in the middle of the living room floor, pounding, throwing her body on the ground and just pounding on the floor, having a full-on tantrum. I wouldn't be surprised. But Bad Girl just said it exactly. Classic behavior. This is classic. But by her trying to emasculate him, her trying to belittle him, that's her way of trying to gain power in this relationship. Maybe she feels insecure because he talked to this girl. Clearly, that's part of it. Clearly, that's part of it. And so she's doing by any means to gain control back into the relationship, maintain or regain dominance in this relationship. Now, I want to say this too, mind you, from my understanding, the apartment, the condo, is under her name. It's her spot. She makes, from my understanding, from OF back then, she was making good money. Now, I don't know what Christian Obumseli was doing as a job out there as well, but the way she was talking in some of these body cam footage things, she's talking out like she's the breadwinner and he ain't doing nothing. That's how she's putting it out there, y'all. But notice how she's speaking to him. You see what I'm saying? It's disgusting, but let's continue. I'm sorry. I just had to break that down. And like I said, some of us are in these situations right now as we speak. No one deserves this type of talk. No one deserves this type of treatment. No one. And if you are the person that's reacting and acting this way, speaking to your loved one like that, please speak to a professional. No one deserves this type of treatment. Period. Gentlemen, okay, fellas, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it real quick, and then we'll continue. My father used to always tell me this. Actually, he said this at a wedding one time. He said, does not matter in the situation that you're in with your loved one. Always, if you have to, always leave like a gentleman. He said the same thing about ladies. Women, if there's a situation and you need to walk out the door to catch some air, walk out that door like a lady. Walk out the door like an upstanding adult. That's all it is. And damn right, Nicole, we do need to hold people accountable. There are people out here that act exactly like this. The only difference is that maybe their loved one is still on this planet and that they have not been caught on tape like this. This type of behavior is unexcusable. And we should know better. Again, if you're somebody who is having this type of issues with their anger, please talk to somebody. You'll thank yourself later. Let's continue.
I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
To go out?
No!
You said she invited you.
Christian, just find that goddamn phone.
I don't have your phone. Can you just
find that phone.
Sissy, can you just please
Shut up!
please?
Shut up! You went to go talk to her without talking.
I didn't go.
Yes, you did. You always on her you asshole.
Courtney, I was
He
on.
literally told me about it. Now he's like, yeah.
What are you talking?
Yes, son.
I didn't go to talk to
You are
Ara.
not gonna-
I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the
Get off of me!
me going to talk to Ara? Is this gonna make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me.
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a.
You're
Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
That's a little bit cleaner, right? A little bit cleaner. I'm going to roll that back. He said, you had no right to call me an effing N-word. And then she goes and she says she doubles down on it, y'all. He didn't catch it on tape before, but he caught it on tape the second time around. She doubled down on that ish, y'all. Doubled down. And she's out here trying to make it seem, I'm sorry, when you listen to video like this, and you see how she's irate, uncontrollable anger is exuding out of every orifice of her body. How are we to sit here and believe that she is the one that is in distress? That she was in self-defense mode? How are we supposed to believe that when we see stuff like this? When we see the security cam footage in the elevator of her putting a pause on him, not the other way around, it is very hard to believe this woman. And I get it that a lot of the general public will be quick to believe her. One, because she's a woman. Two, because maybe she is aesthetically pleasing to the public eye because she's on OF. So instantly they think, oh, it's a damsel in distress. Oh, and let's not forget to mention that he's black and she's white. So instantly they're going to think that Obumseli is the aggressor and not the other way around. But then when you hear audio like this, I sit here and say, I beg to differ, baby. Something real messed up is happening here. And it sounds like Obumseli, thus far, is the one who's being the actual victim and not the other way around. But we'll continue. I got a super chat here I want to grab really, really quick. Kick your ass 31YT. Thank you so much for the £2. He clearly said he didn't want to fight. Exactly. Kick ass. Kick your ass. Exactly. He said, I'm not trying to fight. But she continued to berate him with insults. She said, come over here so I could beat your ass. She starts putting her paws on him. Once again, he's sitting there going, what the heck is going on? Why are you doing this? I've already apologized a million times. That's why I'm apologizing. I made the mistake. I'm really sorry. And maybe what he did wasn't even merit to even sit here and apologize in the first place. He had a conversation with somebody on the street. Harmless. Now, if there was something else more salacious going on, I could understand him trying to apologize. But even so, does this garner an apology to grovel at this woman's feet? I think not. And even so, he's not even getting the opportunity to properly and successfully get his apology out. She is too busy trying to emasculate him, dehumanize him, make him like he's nothing, while putting her paws on him as well. But I want you guys to hear that last part again, because he said, you know, I didn't come in here. I don't deserve to be called N-word or whatever. She doubles down and calls him the N-word again. And he's like, thank you. Yes, thank you for doing that. I wonder why he was so excited about that. Maybe because he was recording this the entire time. Let's go.
That doesn't make you to act and call me a You're Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
I want you to get away from me! Get away from me!
Crazy. Okay? Absolutely knuckin' futs. And again, this is the type of behavior that we're seeing this is a glimpse into their relationship. And clearly he started recording because, one, this is not their first rodeo. This is not their first fight. I'm sure she said worse things to him before, or the same amount of bad things, calling him the N-word, etc., throwing out racial slurs. But there's a reason why he started recording, because he knew that this was going to be something that possibly he could use against her later on, or maybe he was trying to record it so he can let her hear herself on how she acts and treats him in the relationship. To me, Christian Obumseli is a textbook victim in this situation. But of course, the way the world is, the way the world breaks everything down, the way pop culture is and how we look at things, we are quick to lean towards the woman. Things are changing, though. You know, we saw with AH and JD and all that stuff, that trial and whatnot. We start to see more truths within those recordings, those videos, those photos, etc. But to me, you see something here that it's not always just the woman being the victim and the male being the aggressor. It can also flip around. And it doesn't mean that the man is emasculated or isn't man enough to do what he needs. No. A lot of guys, I'm going to say it, but a lot of guys that are in this kind of situation feel trapped and then get scared to talk about it because, number one, two different things. One, people don't believe them because they're like, you know, say Christian was going out there and saying, yeah, you know, talking to his boys. Say he actually reached out to his friends and said, hey, my girlfriend won't stop doing this type of behavior. I don't know what to do. She keeps putting her hands on me. Where the cops are getting called to the condo, so on and so forth. Say that he's reaching out and talking to their friends. Friends are sitting there. Maybe they don't believe him. Maybe they don't. Or maybe they're sitting there going, oh, come on, man. Like, you know, bro, just put your foot down. You know, she's female. You're the male. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be. But clearly he started recording this as a cry for help. That's the way I see it. He started recording this because he could not take it anymore. And I feel that he's going, okay, because of the way the world is, it's emasculating to be the one who is being, when the girl is putting the paws on the guy and the guy can't do nothing about it. So of course you pull out your phone and you start recording. Because what are you going to do? What else can you do? Because for some guys, For guys, it's very tough to be believed. Again, I said things are changing, but we still have that pushback. As soon as you speak out and say something, I need help. I'm in a relationship with this volatile woman, and I don't know what to do. Some guys feel like they're stuck as well, just as much as women feel that they're stuck when they're in these types of volatile relationships. And that's the thing. We need to start changing the way we look at the dynamics of relationships, because every single relationship is different. Every single last one. And you never know. The daintiest, most fragile looking woman in the relationship could be the most vicious, most violent one of them all. I feel bad for men, and I'm not trying to get into that world of like red pill talk. Nah, I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to set some realities in this situation, in this world that we do live in. And I think that there's a lot of situations like this Courtney Tailor situation where women can do certain things. She thinks that she has the privilege of doing certain things and getting away with it just because she's a woman and he's a man. And those thoughts and those certain stigmas that are attached to men and women and inside those relationships need to be destroyed. Because clearly this man pulled this out because he was trying to find help. He had no other choice but record, because I think within his circle of friends, within his world, people were not going to believe a man trying to protect himself from a OF model female. I got some super chats. Mrs. Coco B, thank you so much for the 5. Sorry to say it, Pascal, but this is somewhat triggering hate crime level for me, sadly. My heart hurts. Yeah, when you start throwing out the N-word and put your hands on them and saying all this crazy stuff, yeah, it definitely screams those vibes like a mug. This woman should be in that jail. They should put her in that prison, lock her up, and throw away the key, because this young man should still be on this planet. This woman does not know how to control her own anger, does not know how to communicate. And then the audacity to sit there and try to emasculate and try to knock him down a few pegs. And like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. This is just the tip. I got another super chat. Thank you so much. Berenice Rivas, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. She has very low self-esteem. Yes, clearly. But she takes her own insecurities, she bottles that up into a big ball of anger and throws that out at him to knock him down, so that in a way, his ego can go down to, or his self-esteem can go down to her level or even lower. Because if you go to the place of throwing racial slurs at your loved one, that's a whole other can of worms, baby. That's something else. That is something else. You do not do that. All right? Even if it's the same race relationship, you just don't do that. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So there's more. There's more. So we got to get into it. All right. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is not a huge story, but it is a story that I've covered nonetheless in the past. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of updates on this. And this is something that popped up yesterday. Couldn't come on to the show that day yesterday, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I guarantee you I'll be back on tonight to talk about some more news and some more things that are going on. But please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. All right. Send it past 200 likes for me. Again, a like don't cost a thing. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. You know your boy's out here working hard in these streets for that A. Anyway, let's get into some more of this. We got one more piece. One more piece. And again, this is still someone who's out here trying to claim self-defense, trying to say that she's innocent. Okay? She is still trying to claim innocence, which is still mind-blowing to me. We got some more video here. This is a quick one, okay? Very, very quick one. But let's take a look at this, okay? Another video. Courtney Tailor, Christian Obinselli. And this is a video this time. And this is also her still verbally going at this man. Let's take a listen.
Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me. Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me.
I am mad that you told me to come.
Decide right now.
Courtney, that's a I asked you so many times that I don't know, and I apologize. But you hit me.
Man. This, last month was DV Awareness Month. All right. Last month was DV Awareness Month. I mean, that was only just a couple days ago that the month was over, and we need to talk about this regardless. This is just textbook DV, in my personal opinion. This is textbook A, if you get what I'm saying. Again, this is footage. This is information that's being put out here. The defense has leaked this information out, showing how volatile their relationship really was. And, and I know I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again now. Listen, y'all. No person is worth that much heartache and that much physical pain. I'm telling you. I don't care if you feel like that person's the one. You need to go. This is not something that any person deserves. They don't. And I know that there's some people out here that feel like, oh, they're the best for me and they understand me. I'm never going to be able to find somebody that understands me like that. Let me tell you. Yes, you can. There's other people that you will be able to find that would understand you, that would have your back, that would show you what real love is. Do not keep yourself in a relationship like this. Just don't. Just don't. I'm sorry. I'm looking at some of your stuff. Yolanda, I'm great, said, if you can't talk things out as two adults, no need to put your hands on each other. If you can't talk things out in general like adults, period, and it ends up being just screaming matches all day long, maybe it's time to walk. Leave like an adult. And I know that there's many, many stories of people feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I feel lost. I feel trapped. I don't know where to go. I have no place to stay at, so on and so forth. Well, let me tell you this. There's always a Motel 6 around the corner. And I'm just saying, if you have really no other place to go, there's always an Airbnb, a hotel, motel, or Holiday Inn that you can check yourself into. Just saying that. There's always somebody who's got a couch that you can ride on for a little bit while you get your life in order. It's not a dead end if you're in this particular relationship with somebody. And I will say this too. If somebody if you got a friend of yours that's calling you, or you call a friend of yours and you're saying, hey, I need a place to stay, and you explain what's going on in that volatile environment that you're trying to escape from, and they still won't let you ride their couch for a few days, then they ain't friends in the first place. Find new friends. There are also shelters. There are 1-800 numbers that you can call. You're not alone. Because I know some of us always play a lot of things close to the chest. Sometimes you feel like you don't have friends or a place to go. There are people, there are things out there that you can utilize to find refuge. A safe place to keep you protected and away from terrible, terrible people. P. Cooper said, try that, Pascal. He still found me. Okay. Obviously, I understand what you're saying. And of course, I want to respond in the most respectful way possible. So when I say this out of love. And I don't mean any disrespect. But just because, and I don't know your story, P. I don't know your story personally. But if you are one that has tried to seek refuge and he still found you, does not mean that you go back to him. Just because he knows where you are does not mean that you need to go back. Because like I said, I don't know the story. If he found you, fine. You call 911. You close the doors and you call 911. You call that friend, whatever. You find proper protection. And I don't mean, I don't mean firearms or anything of that sort. But I'm just saying you find a friend, someone. Because just because you walk out of that house to find refuge at a friend's house, that is not the full part of your journey. That is just the first leg of your journey towards distancing and getting yourself far away from that person as possible. First things first, it sounds like you were successful getting out the door. If he finds you, you find ways to distance yourself even more. Do not open that door. Call the local authorities. Whatever you need to do to make sure that you can continue that journey far, far away from that monster. That's what I will say. And I know that's not the answer to everything. It's not. But just because you walked out the door and found a couch or a place to stay at, the journey ain't over. In fact, the journey has just begun. But you got to keep moving. You have to keep moving, period. And don't listen to their lies or their, charismatic way of getting back into your good graces or messing with your insecurities and whatnot, using things against you. I've heard stories like that too, etc. Trust me, it may be difficult, it may be hard, but it's better for you to find refuge and freedom out of that relationship and out of that situation than for you to stay in it, because it could and it will get worse. We're seeing it here with this story. And what's nuts to me is this woman is not taking any of the blame. She is still having the audacity of claiming that this man, that she was protecting herself, that she threw the knife at him when she actually plunged that knife into that man's chest. She absolutely did. Okay? Absolutely did. Period. And now she's sitting here trying to claim that she was protecting herself. Then also, let's not forget, now that we have audio of how she treats and talks to this man, a glimpse into their relationship. And by all means, how you see how you see that audio is up to you. The way I see it, this is a very volatile relationship and a woman that does not know how to control her anger. But on top of that, just to go back on what I said, she waited to call 911. She called her mom twice before she called 911. This man was leaking out, yelling about how he was losing feeling in his left arm, slowly perishing in front of her very eyes. And this woman had the audacity to call her mother not once, but twice before she even contemplated calling 911. That is about 7 minutes. If I'm correct, 7 minutes that she let him sit there leaking out before she even picked up the phone and dialed 3 simple numbers. Then on top of that, claiming that she was protecting herself, throwing the knife. She is found in a hotel bar having drinks with her dad like she did nothing wrong. Soon as people caught her doing that, she kicked rocks with her dad. Then she was found in a rehab facility in Hawaii. Not Miami, Hawaii. Far away from everybody. Because apparently she was getting heavily into her recreationals. Living the lap of luxury in a rehab center, trying to kick whatever addictions she had going on and learning some yoga. Does that to you sound like a person that's in remorse for doing something terrible to another human being? I think not. Does this to you translate as someone who's taking responsibility for taking the life of another human being? I'll answer that for you too. I think not. So hopefully this evidence, this audio, these videos, etc., that have been recently leaked out to the public, I hope that they use these things in court. I really do. Because this woman should not see the light of day, should not see or breathe in that freedom air ever again. I got a super chat. Thank you so much, A-Lady747. Thank you so much for the 2. BDSM gone wrong will be her defense. You know, if that's the case, that'll be an insane plea. That'll be an insane argument. But again, it still blows my mind that somebody's out here still crazy to me that somebody's out here doing that. Real talk. And Rashida Taylor, yeah, that booger sugar, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I say don't do drugs, kids. Don't do it. Okay? Just don't do it. Trust me, you'll thank me later on that one too. Okay? And the other thing though too is that we have yet to hear if there's any mental health issues that she has. I mean, she has some serious issues that she has to come to terms with for sure. But given the fact that Christian Obumseli secretly recorded these things, says a lot about the situation. Says a lot about the situation that he was in. Because you don't just put this out, right? You don't just record randomly, you know? This is somebody who has been a part or a victim of this woman for a long time and said, I had enough. I'm going to start recording. And again, we've seen this with AH. We've seen this with the JDAH situation. We've seen this on so many different occasions. And I feel like more and more we're going to see men and women do this, secretly record, because they have no other choice. They have no other choice, which is really, really unfortunate. Michelle Woods, thank you so much for the 10. Pascal, have you talked about Susan Boone and how she let her boyfriend? No, there's a video of her drunkenly laughing while he's pleading for. I've never heard. Nope, have not heard about that. So that's news to me. But we're talking about this right now. Yeah. Wait, I saw something from, where is that? You hope I cover the trial. Because I said cover the trial. I might. When it goes down, we'll see. You know what I mean? If it's going to be on camera and all that, we'll see what's up. But as far as the Susan Boone, again, thank you so much for the 10. I don't know anything about it. I don't think. I need to look into it and see what the story is about that, because I have another suitcase story about Cairo. So I have that in my head. So Susan Boone is new to me, but I will look into it. I promise you that I will look into it. Okay. But guys, that is the show. All right. I appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the conversation and all that. Thank you guys so much for being here, chopping it up with me. You know, I appreciate all the energy. Okay. And I appreciate that, because I know this isn't about Takeoff. This isn't about, the other big stories that are going on. But trust me, we will be on, or I will be on later on this evening, early evening, to chop it up with you guys with more information on other stories, because there's so many that we need to talk about. Okay, but again, yes, Mrs. Coco B. It is a mess. It is a mess. Very, very, and very, very sad. All right. And again, I want to say this one more time, because I know some of y'all, while I kill the music just a little bit, I just want to say this one last time. Please, guys, please. I'm going to kill it all the way. Please, guys. Okay. Before we head off, I just want you to know that I love every single last one of y'all. I want nothing but really beautiful, wonderful days for you guys, filled with bright colors and happiness. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I'm just being real. And for those of y'all who are in the dark and gray area right now, maybe it's the relationship that you're in, maybe it's the financial situation you're in, maybe it's the spiritual situation you're in, whatever it is, you can find a way out of that dark tunnel. Okay? And especially when we're talking about this situation here, there are a lot of us that are still in these volatile relationships that feel like we're trapped. You are not trapped. You are not. I just don't think you've tried every option yet. So keep trying and leave like an adult. Leave safely. That's all I ask from every last one of y'all. All right? There are friends, there are shelters, there are hotlines. Shoot, there are strangers that'll welcome you into their home just to make sure you are out of harm's way. Again, there's light at the end of this tunnel. You may feel trapped, but maybe you haven't tried every option yet. So do not stop. Keep trying. I love every last one of you guys. Okay? Love every single last one of y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you guys later on this early evening. So be on the lookout when I go live. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below, please. And thank you. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button out here, y'all. Come on. Hit it. Be greatly appreciated. We got a lot more talking to do. I'll see you guys in the next show. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll talk to you soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.